Hey guys, it's MFC Studios here, and finally, I have finished my Commando squad. I literally been working on these figures forever. I put a lot of detail into these guys, and I am really proud of my new techniques I've been using and everything. So let's get into this video right now. Alright, so here is the first figure, and it's my Commando leader. It has been a great time to make these guys. Like, seriously, comparing it to the old one to the new one are literally just insane. Just look at this. Old one, new one. It just, oh my gosh. So many different new techniques, better paint job, all that good stuff. Like, I'm just so proud of this figure, guys. You have no idea. But let's get into this review. So we'll give you a quick 360. So, alright, so the gun is from Clone Army Customs. I buy most of my stuff from Clone Army Customs, like literally this helmet, the backpack, the gun. So they're really cool. They really know the stuff like they're doing. It's just such great, like, just look at this. It's just, they really make some great weapons, great helmets, great backpacks, all that good stuff. So yeah, Clone Army Customs. This knife is from Brick Forge, and I just painted the edge yellow and to the figure. So this entire figure is painted by me. There's no printing, no nothing, just paint, all paint. So first we'll start off with the legs. So let's get closer to the legs here. So I glued these two pieces on here for the knee pads, painted them gray, and then added the red lines. And then on the sides, painted the black lines that go to the back, and then the dark gray line that go to the back. And then I painted bright gray, since I had to like shave down the legs so then the paint doesn't scratch off, so I had to paint the gray. And then on top of that is a black line, and then a bright gray line, and then down here just a black line goes to the back, and then the black for the shoes at the bottom, and then they're the same on both sides, and then the black right there and right there. So I can bend this figure and the paint will not scratch off, as you can see. So really proud of that. And then to the torso, well, actually the bottom of the belt part, I guess, red, and then I painted that black curve. Now to the torso, another black curve, two bright blue dots for like the lights, red line. I glued this part on here to the chest to make it more 3D. And then the dark gray right there, outlined it with black, and then the chest piece, outlined it with black, and then outline the top part with dark gray, and then the blue right there. And then the paint job does go on its side, so bright gray swoops around, and then the black line and dark gray, and then also the black at the bottom of the torso. And then there's a black line right there, and then it is same on both arms, as you see. So there you go. And then to the arms, I glued this piece on here, painted that gray, painted this gray, and then added the bright gray on there, and then the red, and then I glued this piece on here, painted that gray, and then bright gray, and then red, and then glued that little piece right there, painted that gray, and then this part is just painted gray. Same on both sides, so glued that, painted. And then to the backpack, I just painted the red and the red up here, and then the little gray there, and the little gray spots right there. And then to the helmet, I'm gonna have to take them off this, show the helmet now. So to the helmet, I painted the red line that goes all the way to the top, to the back, and then these two red lines, like so, and then I painted that little gray right there, and then the dark gray right there, and then a little gray there, and then there, and there. And that's it for the helmet. Take off the helmet. There is his face. Glued this on his neck. And I'm going to show what he looks like without the helmet. I have his hairpiece. And that's what he looks like without the helmet. So that's what his hairstyle is. And so taking off the head and the backpack, I didn't do anything to the back because the backpack's on there, so I feel like it was gonna get scratched off. So that's pretty much it. So that's it for the commander of this Commando squad. Now let's move on to the next figure. All right, so we're moving on to the next figure, and it is the tech type guy of the squad. You know, the smart, genius, hack guy, whatever. Again, I need to come up with names for these guys. I have no idea, but give you a quick 360 of this figure. There you go. And comparing him to the old counterpart, as you can see, it just looks way better. And like, look at the backpack I had. Like, oh my gosh, it was garbage. But all right. So the guns are actually custom made. So pretty cool. From different guns that I got. I forgot where I got them from, but I chopped it up and made it look like that. So, but now let's move on to the review. So, same, just like on the Commando, glued knee pads, painted them gray, added red, and then there's a red line right there, and then the black that goes to the sides to the back, same with the dark gray, side back, and then the black on the boots or shoes, and then at the bottom as well, and then the line that goes up, and then the black line that goes to the side to the back, and then to the side to the back with the bright gray, and then the same on both sides. And I actually forgot to mention that the paint job actually goes on all 4 sides as well. That's what I did with the Commander. Forgot to mention that. As you can see, on all 4 sides. And then to the upper part of the legs, just that black line that goes there, and then the little gray right there and there. And then added to the torso, this black, painted that part. And then the bright blue, outlined this with gray, and then the black, and then the red. And then glued this piece on here, outlined it with black, and then the dark gray, outlined it on top, and then the red, and then the bright gray. And then onto the sides, painted that red, black, outlined it with black, and then the dark gray, and then the black line right there is on both sides, as you can see. And then to the arms, glued this piece on there, and painted that gray, and then red, and then this version I actually glued pieces on here. Some of them I did, some of them I didn't. So this one I decided to glue a piece on here, so I painted that gray. Same on the side, glued that, painted that all gray, and then the red, and then the red line there, and the gray there, and the gray there. And then to the backpack, there used to be another one of these on this side, or yeah, and I just chopped that off, and then I just painted that red, and then I painted this red, dark gray, red, and then the blue in those parts, and then the tip bright gray. And then to the helmet, take them off for this. So I painted the red, outlined it with red, the red going down, and then the dark gray right there, bright gray there, and then these visors, painted the gray, the red, and then outlined it, painted the inside blue because they never paint or like printed anything in there, so I just did the blue, red line, and then 2 bright gray in there, and then same on the side. And then when you put it down, so like the line continues over it, and then the red line like so, and then that's it for the helmet, and the helmet looks really badass. So now take off the helmet. This is his face. Glued that on there, and like I said, on all the figures, no back printing or anything like that. All right, there we go. And then his hair piece is, all right, this is his hair piece. That's what he looks like without the helmet. And now let's move on to the next minifigure. All right, and here's the next figure, and it is the Heavy Gunner. So, real quick, give a quick 360. There you go. And the gun, like I said before, Clone Army Customs. All I did was painted the blue, and then those blue lines right there. So, moving on. So, all the figures are basically just the same with all the armor and everything. So, glue the knee pads on there, paint that red. And then painted the black on the sides of the back, dark gray, sides of the back. And then here, these 2 lines, paint those black to the back, and then the bright gray to the sides of the back. And then to the shoes, paint that black line there, and then all 4 sides. And then the black right there, and then the gray, paint all that. And then to the upper part here, painted that round black part, and then the red right there that goes to the sides, and then outlined it again right there with black, and then the bright blue outlined this with dark gray, and then the black lines outlining the chest piece, and then paint that all gray, and the bright gray there, the top part red, and then the 2 blue lines on both sides, and then the red. And then to the armor, glued these pieces, glued those pieces, painted that gray, red, gray, and then red. And same on the side, gray, red, gray, and then red. And actually these are burnt gray. And to the backpack, I just painted this gray, and then the side parts red, and the red part at the bottom. And to the sides, I just have the line there and outlining it like so. To the helmet, painted the bottom part all red, and then the red there near the visors, and then the little gray here, and then the dark gray inside, and then this, paint that red, gray, red up there, red there, and then the gray. And then the red line that goes to the back is right there, and then the back here, painted that red. And that is it for the Heavy Gunner's helmet. And then take off his helmet. These helmets are really hard to get off sometimes, like no joke. All right, so here we go. Here is the face, painted his beard and those 2 spots right there of his hair. Actually, I just realized something. My bad. I think this is it. Is this one? Was it this one? No, I think he's the one that had this hairdo. Tech guy had this one. He had this one, so that's what he looks like without it. My bad, I mixed up the guys, but yeah, that's what he looks like without. So let's move on to the next figure. All right, and here's the final figure, the sniper of the squad. So the sniper gun I got from, I think, Brickforge. And so all I did was I painted this part blue, and then the scope yellow. And that's it for his gun. To the figure, like I said before, everything is the same. The knee pads painted that red, painted that all gray, the red lines right there, the black, and then outlined it with black. Goes all the way to the back and the sides in the dark gray, side to the back. And then these two spots, paint those black, and then the bright gray goes to the side to the back. And then to the shoes, paint those black, goes to the back, and then same at the bottom of them. And then goes on all four sides. To the upper part here, just that black curve. And then to the upper part, another black curve, bright gray curve, dark gray curve that goes to the bottom here to the side. And then outline that with black, and then an outline that goes to the back. And then the bright blue, and then two black lines outlined the chest piece with black, paint that all gray, red there, bright gray lines, and then the dark right there. And then to the armor pieces, glued this piece there, painted those gray, paint that gray, and then the red line, bright gray line right there, and then glued that piece right there, and then painted this part gray. And then same on this side, painted this red though, bright gray line, dark gray, and then glued that piece right there, painted that gray, and then glued this piece on here, painted that gray, and then the red line, and then painted that gray. And then to the side, so like I said, that's what it looks like on both sides. And then to the backpack, painted this part red, and then the top part red, and then this red part right there. And then to the helmet, one of my favorite designs, I would say, out of the squad actually, painted those red, that red, the bright gray right there and there, little red right there, red curve here, the red up here that goes to the back, and then these two black lines right there, painted that sides gray here and there, and then to the back here, just painted those red. And that's it for the helmet. Taking off the helmet. Oh, just took his head off. Oh, okay, there we go. Gosh. All right, so there's the head, and then there's the hairpiece. So painted that right there black, and then I gave him a scar on his eye. Thought that looked cool. So that is it for the squad, and let's end this showcase. All right, guys, that's it for this review. I am so proud of these figures, and I'm so glad to be back. It's been a minute. Literally, I had these figures done for like a while, and I just did not do the showcase. I've been really busy. I've been working, and I've been just doing a bunch of other shit. So I apologize for not having the showcase out sooner, but I am so glad to finally be back. I'm gonna be trying to work on more figures, and I wanna try to do some more stuff this new year, since it is the new year, 2024. So I'm glad to be back, y'all, and just let me know if you guys have any ideas for videos. I want to try to do like more building videos, and I want to try to do some mocks maybe this year. Definitely keep doing customs, obviously. I still got to finish my Star Wars project that I definitely will finish eventually. But, you know, life sometimes can just give you shit, and you just got to deal with it. So, all right, that's it, guys. So remember to like and subscribe, and may the Force be with you always.
Live to fight another day.
And then, oh shit.